Hello everybody, welcome back to the channel. Today on our special episode, we'll be going over the best heroes for exploration mode. Now before we begin, if you guys can hit that like button, subscribe, and hit those post notifications for future videos. If you guys don't know where exploration mode is, if you guys back out here, it's going to be in your campaign. So you can see on the bottom, it says campaign, exploration, and there you go. This is where it's at. So if you're new to the game, that is how you can find it. Now, when you go into exploration mode, you can see that you choose one attacker, one defender, and one ranger. As you can see, I have Claire, Leon, and Jill here. I guess spoiler, these guys are the best in slots, but if you guys don't have either of these characters, we'll be going over other heroes and see what alternatives there are. So starting off with alternatives to Claire, as she is an attacker, so is Murphy. As you can see, he has pretty good skills. So again, we're going to be using the exploration skills on the left. The field skills do not apply to this game mode. So he is very good with reducing movement speed, as this skill, God of Shooting, can reduce movement speed and shoots in a fan-shaped area, so that helps out a lot. He also has this ability, which does an incredible amount of damage every 12 seconds, and it stuns the enemies. Now again, I will preface this, stunning is very important in this game mode. So we want characters who can stun, especially toward bosses that can deal a lot of damage with their charge up abilities. But if you can stun them while they're charging up, they're not able to do that killing blow toward your heroes. So let's go. Like I said, before we go any further, stunning is important. All right, so again, he has that stun, and then he also has this ability Snipe, which can ignore defensive of a single enemy. So if there's a enemy out there that's really hard to take down, he could take them down pretty easily with this Snipe skill. Another great alternative for the attacker slot is going to be Becca. Her skill Storm Ammo again shoots like Murphy's fan-shaped ability. So this will be hitting a lot of zombies, lots of targets, at a good amount of damage. So you can go up to 670%. She can also increase her DPS with a firing stance, as it increases the attack speed by 20%, at least at level 1. And then has the bullseye on a normal attack, has a 30% chance to trigger a critical hit, increasing damage by 150. That's at, again, a level 1, so that can go up to 280%. And yeah, so this, just by having her DPS buffed by her attack speed and the critical hit chance, she could be dealing a lot of damage, especially again toward those bosses, because they have large health pools. And then we have a niche pick with Alyssa Ashcroft as her V Jolt Toss. She throws a special solution dealing damage equal to 200%, but deals 100% more damage to plant type enemies. Now, if you guys are further on in the exploration chapters, there's going to be enemies who are plant-based. They have one extra life, and they take a while to take down. So this ability can take them down easier, as just at level 1's at 200. So it will jump up to 400% just for them being plant-based. But she also has this stun gun as well, as she can increase the duration of that stun to 4 seconds. So this is incredible toward bosses. Again, we need to be stunning. And then her last one, Precision Aim, where she increases her bonus damage. So yeah, again, she is an alright pick for exploration. Alright, and our last person for attackers is going to be Ada Wong. She has incredible kit for exploration mode, as the decoy device can distract the zombies and even the bosses. Certain bosses like Lisa Trevor, she can be distracted and You know, make sure she doesn't go toward your heroes and attack them. So with this ability, she can keep them away from you guys. But then she also has the EMF scan. Collects intel every second. Every second that's collected, she increases her attack. So that can go up to 3%, and up to 20 times. So it's 60% more DPS for Ada. So she can keep her attack up. And then she has the EMF accelerator. At the start of the battle, analyzes the surroundings and then to increase the effect by nearby objects by 45%. So if there are any barrels or any stunning objects out in the field, she can increase the effect of those items, and that'll definitely help again toward bosses. So if you can keep them stunned longer, that's the best for you guys. Now on to our defensive units. We have Mark Wilkins. If you guys have not checked out the Mark Wilkins Spotlight, I recommend you guys check it out, as the guard ability is incredible. He assumes a stance for 5 seconds and can reduce the damage, the incoming damage by 75% at level 4. At level 5, he can do this every 10 seconds and he can reduce the damage by 80%. So yeah, he could just stand out there and be up front for a very long time, and well, and he can take that damage for your DPS heroes to deal damage to all the zombies. And then he also has the suppress. If only if it wasn't 16 seconds, as 16 seconds is a long time, but he does stun the enemy for 2 seconds. Again, stunning is important. We want to make sure at least one person on each team has a stunning ability. That way you can rotate those stuns and keep bosses at bay. And then he has the ability Catch Breath. If he does not take damage for 3 seconds, he starts recovering HP. He's one of the only heroes that can heal themselves, so he's a very good unit in exploration mode. That way he can keep himself alive. Alrighty, now we have Robert Kendo. He has the ability Suppressive Round, as again another fan-shaped area attack, but he pushes back enemies with the Suppressive Round attack, and then he also has it also stuns them, pushes them back, and then reduces their movement speed by 20% for 5 seconds. So this is incredible. This pairs well with another hero I'll be bringing up later. But yeah, he does push them back to get them off you guys. He also has another stun, so he has 2 stuns, guys, where he pushes back another enemy, puts a bomb on them, and stuns them. So he deals damage to a group of enemies as well. So keeping this is really good for your exploration team. And then he does the increase the attack of all allied units by 10%, all the way up to 20%. Again, that buffs the entire team, helping guys deal more damage and stunning. All right, now we have Marvin. This is what I think is the premier defensive character for exploration mode, as he has that barricade. This barricade is a godsend. At max level, it has HP equal to 48% of Marvin's max HP and defense. So this thing is incredible for distracting other zombies and even bosses too. Sometimes bosses can take do 2 whole hits on the barricade before breaking it, and that's helping your unit stay alive. He also has the leg shot, as he has a 50% chance to target the enemy's legs and dealing damage, but we don't really care about that. We care about the movement speed, as he can reduce it by 20 seconds, and he has a cooldown of 3 seconds. That's incredible. So if he can keep reducing the movement speed of enemies and bosses by 20% every 3 seconds, again, great. And then he has the pushback ability. Every 14 seconds, when they get close to Marvin, he can stun enemies for 1 second. So if there's a boss trying to get in his face, he can push them back and stun them. So again, incredible for exploration. And now on to Carlos. He has the ability Enhanced Grenade. He throws a grenade. It doesn't say how often he throws it, but I feel like it's like every 5 seconds because I've seen him throw it so many times. It deals an okay amount of damage, but with the how frequent he throws it, it all stacks up. And then he has Bulletproof Vest. If Carlos takes no damage for 3 seconds, he gains a shield equal to 28.7% of his max HP. At max level, that goes up to 47.5%. So basically half his HP in a shield. So as long as he's not taking any damage, he can put that shield on every single time. This is great for bosses again, because sometimes they take time to hit in between hits. So sometimes it takes like 5 seconds for them to hit, even though it's devastating. With that extra amount of health on top, he could survive the whole round. And then he has Enhanced Ammo. Every 5 attacks, he deals a fixed damage equal to 100% of attack to one enemy. Of course, this is great against bosses because there's usually just one person. And then for his last skill, it's going to be Enhanced Plate. If you guys have his exclusive weapon, you guys will get this skill. It increases Carlos's defense by 5%. At max level, it's 25%. So he will be in your front line as he is a defensive unit, and he will stay strong in front, keeping everyone alive. All right, now to our Rangers, starting with Brad Vickers. He has the ability Last Stronghold, throws a signboard and pushes enemies back in a circular area. He also stuns them and reduces their movement speed by 30%. Again, this is fantastic for movement speed and stunning. So this is a good ability as it, like, again, pushes back, stuns, and reduces movement speed. And he also has the Coward's Instinct. Every 15 seconds, increases the defense of all allies by 42%. That can go all the way up to 70%. So that is incredible, keeping your heroes alive, especially your frontline defense unit, as he can increase their defense. And then last but not least, Confidence increases the normal attacks by 23%, more damage to enemies with reduced movement speed. So as we talked about before, we have plenty of units who reduce movement speed. As long as the zombie or boss has reduced movement speed, he is dealing more damage. So he is an incredible unit for stacking with those other movement speed heroes. All right, next we have Mikhail. I've talked about him a lot, how he is a sleeper pick. If you guys want to check out his spotlight video, make sure to do so you can go more in depth with his abilities. But he has the barrel explosion, where he shoots a barrel in the middle of the field and does a lot of damage with it. So it can go all the way to 1356%. So that can do plenty of damage toward bosses and other groups of zombies. He has the Last Stand. The less health he has, the faster his attack speed goes. That can go pretty well. If he is the last person on the team, he can probably deal out enough damage at the end to win you the round. And then he has probably his best skill for the team, Courageous Encouragement. Frontline heroes have their attack speed increased by 17.5% and defense by 32%. That's at level 4, and both of those can go up to 20 and 40 respectively. So if you have a Leon or a Carlos up front, they are doing faster damage and increased defense. So he is incredible for keeping you guys alive. Now on to Tyrell. He is a very unique unit as he has an auto turret. The turret has attack equal to 13.8% of Tyrell's attack and HP equal to 23% of his max HP. The attack can go up to 22.8 and the HP to 38%. So this is incredible for having another unit out there, like a little minion, I guess you would want to call it. But the turret also has its own HP bar. So if zombies do get to the group, they could attack the turret before they attack the heroes. But again, with the turret, if anyone's near it, he can also increase the attack of your units by 20% at max level. So just having the turret out there can increase everyone's attack. And then last but not least, we have the electromagnetic field. When the auto turret takes damage, it emits an electric pulse, dealing damage equal to 124%. But that's not what we're here for, because as long as they hit the turret, it can stun them for 2.5 seconds. So that is important. So if the zombies or boss does get to your heroes and hits your turret, they're gonna be stunned. Alright, and lastly, we are at Barry. He has the fanning shot. Rapidly fires 6 bullets, each dealing damage equal to 288% of attack. Now, I've done the math at max level, which is 342% with 6 bullets. That's about over 2,000% of attack to one enemy. So this can melt bosses or any other enemies that are right in front of you, like zombies or the plant-based monsters. They're going down immediately with this ability. He's erased many B.O.W.s with me. He also has the speed loader, as he can increase the attack speed by 20% for 3 seconds, and it can stack up to 3 times. So at max level, that's 25%, and stacks up to 3 times, that's 75%. Barry will be dishing out so much damage in so little time, it's not even funny. But then he also has Battle Veteran, increases normal attack by 56%, and that can go up to 67%. So Barry is just a DPS monster. He does not stop doing damage. Again, this is very important for attacking bosses. You want to have him if you don't have Jill. Alrighty, now on to the VIPs. As I said before, the best in slots are going to be Claire, Jill, and Leon. So now let's go over them. So again, Claire Redfield is a very free-to-play hero, so it should not be hard to get her at all, or any of your skills high up. So let's go over her minigun barrage. Fires 60 bullets in a straight line, each dealing damage equal to 32%. Can go up all the way up to 39%. That is a boss melter right there. So again, if you want to melt bosses, make sure to use this minigun barrage. She also has the spark shot. Every 20 seconds she shoots an enemy, stunning them for 3 seconds, and then once they are stunned, after the stun is done, it does an explosion damage that does 602%. And it does AoE damage as well. So anyone near the opponent that has been hit by the spark shot also does damage to them. And then she also has the focused fire, which increases her attack every 3 seconds. For 3 seconds, and can stack up to 12 times at max level. That is 3.2% times 12. That's about, what is that? That's like 40%. So, or about 40%. So she can increase her own DPS. And with her exclusive gear, she also gives herself another boost in damage with her power enhancement. At max level, that will go up to 25% increased damage. Again, incredible for Claire, as she can apply that to her minigun barrage. Now to our pay-to-win heroes. As you can see, Jill has a railgun. I'm sure many people have seen this in Tactical Arena, but it's even better in exploration mode. Fires a railgun in a straight line, dealing damage equal to 2,376% of attack. So this thing can one-shot groups of zombies. If you line it up in manual mode, it will take them down immediately. I don't think I've ever seen anything survive it that wasn't a B.O.W. Then she also has the grenade launcher. Every 12 seconds fires a grenade launcher at an enemy. Not only will it deal damage once it hits them, but it also does burning damage for 5 seconds afterward. Again, great for bosses and taking down their health. And then Delta Force, every 10 seconds increases the attack of all allies by 10.8% for 8 seconds at level 4. And that can go up to 10.5% every 8 seconds, guys. So she does a group buff for everyone in the group. And with her special exclusive weapon with the grenade launcher, she can increase a damage by 5%. At max level, that can go up to 25%. Again, another great buff, just like Claire's, where she can just deal even more damage. So 25% added onto the railgun. Yeah, that is incredible. And last but certainly not least, we have Leon. With his rocket launcher, he can deal damage equal to 725% and stuns enemies for 2 seconds, and then also deals explosive damage to anyone around the target. So that can go up to 951% for the initial damage and 1635% for the explosion damage. So that is incredible for taking down hordes of zombies, and as well as dealing massive damage to bosses. He has his iconic spin kick every 10 seconds. If an enemy is nearby, delivers a spinning kick, push back enemies in a fan-shaped area, dealing damage to 290% of attack and stunning them for 2 seconds. Again, stunning. He has 2 different stunning abilities now. So again, he is fantastic for bosses. And then he has piercing shot. Every 20 seconds, draws the lightning hawk to fire at enemies in a line, dealing damage equal to 1160% of attack and stunning them for 2 seconds. So as you can see, all of Leon's abilities have stuns. He is incredible for exploration mode. But if you guys don't know already, he is also very expensive. So if you want Leon on your team, prepare to dish out some money. And lastly, with his Lightning Hawk exclusive gear, he has a reinforced battle suit. Leon takes 5% reduced damage from enemies. That can go increase to 25%, keeping him alive in the front line. So again, reassuring that Leon is the best unit for exploration mode. So what do you guys think? Was this guide helpful? And who do you use in your exploration mode team? Let me know in the comments below. Again, if you guys can hit that like button, subscribe, and hit those post notifications for future videos. We are making videos every day, so make sure to stay tuned. I'd like to thank you all for watching and hope to see you in the next video.